Could you please introduce yourself?
Skyler Williams.
Where are you from?
From Six Nations.
Awesome, thanks.
Currently residing at 1492 Landback Lane.
The purpose of this is to kind of just introduce who you are, right?
Okay.
A lot of the times it's been about the issue, but I don't think a lot of people have just gotten to you, right? Just gotten to know about you. So if anything's too personal, just say pass.
Yeah, I'm an open book.
Okay. So could you tell me where you grew up? What was life like?
Yeah, I grew up in Six Nations, just on Fifth Line. I was raised by my mom and dad, Bill and Gloria Williams. They still live in the same house that we grew up in. You know, I had a older brother named Waylon. I was adopted. Well, they adopted me when I was born. My mom, who was also from Six Nations, Susan Mount Pleasant, who I know and have a really close relationship with also, and I have a brother, biological brother as well. And so
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to have a relationship with everybody.
What are some important early lessons, experiences that informed who you became, who you are?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Probably my dad. You know, my dad was always, real hard worker, and he had a small business, and he taught me the value of hard work and what that meant. And so, yeah, I guess that was a big thing for me to learn really early, was
Awesome.
the value of hard work.
Thinking back to when you were growing up, when you were a young adult, when you were a teenager, where did you see yourself fitting in? Did you feel like you belonged to part of this Canadian experiment?
Geez. I mean, I guess broadly speaking, I tried to. I think most of us do try to kind of fit into society and find a place where we fit in. But for me personally, I think I always struggled with that. And I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I'm sober 10 years. But yeah, no, that certainly had a big part to play in that fit-in piece. I was always the square peg in the round hole.
Yeah.
I felt, and so
Not
yeah.
quite fitting in. Now, is that like among your group of circle when you were younger? Was that like a common theme? Like,
Oh, come on! Of course, everybody had it. This was the group. Yeah, this was the group that we hung out with. Absolutely.
growing up as an Indigenous person, could you feel that inherently the police treated you different than, say, someone with fairer skin like myself?
Well, I was always a pretty fair-skinned Native person, and so yeah. So I never. So I never really got like.
Not as much of an issue.
It was always guilty by association. all the friends that I had growing up down below, like we always, everybody was real dark skinned, and so whenever we went anywhere, like it was something that you took notice of for sure.
Okay. Early days. Can you tell me about someone that has been a big influence on your life, and what lesson did they teach you? I know you mentioned your dad.
Yeah, besides my dad,
Yeah.
I mean, and you know what, he is probably the biggest influence in my life, for sure. But in terms of kind of where my life has gone in the last, 20 years or so, like Dick Hill is certainly somebody that I look to for guidance, and when it comes to this kind of stuff, because this was, a big part of his life, and so for sure, I think. Between those two men, like I was very, very fortunate to learn.
They formed who you are. Do you have conversations with either of them about what's happening now?
Yeah, my dad, absolutely. Dick's passed on now, but.
What does your dad say?
My dad, what do you mean? He's been down here and helping out. Like,
That's
come on.
awesome.
He's my dad's. He's like between him and my mom, and raised me in the longhouse, and teaching me the language and the ceremonies and all that. Like it was a big part of my life growing up, and so it was.
So I just want to clarify too, for the OPP who are probably watching this or will watch this when I publish this. Right now we're on 6x6.
Yeah, this is Ganastado.
Yeah,
Like this
yeah.
was how old? 23, I guess, when I moved in here.
How long were you here when that happened?
I was here on the land here for about a year.
A year. Wow.
Yeah.
And is there a difference between 2006 and 2020 in terms of how the police are treating you, how the local, mayor and the police services board?
No.
No, so it's the same, eh? It's the same.
It
Okay.
feels pretty similar. Yeah.
Okay.
No, the police came in on April 20th after they took a lot longer last time.
Okay.
Was the only difference. Like the OPP took a lot longer to get to come and raid the camp last time.
Mm-hmm.
This time they were there on day 17. I think last time they were there on day 60. So like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
so,
A lot quicker.
Yeah. So they showed up a lot faster. And
Do you know why that might be?
the company was just keen to get an injunction right away, and I think like the all the stuff around injunctions has been seen to work to keep most Indigenous people off their lands, and so I think that most people aren't quite as stubborn as we are here at Six Nations, and so.
I was listening to an interview earlier today, and it was with Sean and Carl from One Dish.
Yeah.
And they made a comment that I think it slipped under the radar, but I caught it. It was that the folks from Six Nation are stubborn bastards.
We certainly are. We are certainly all of those things. Yeah.
I love it. Do you feel that you're misunderstood by people who may share different beliefs than you? Do you think they misunderstand what's happening here?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I think there's a lot of misinformation that's out there, and some of it that's just straight fake news, and so it's I think when people kind of perpetuate this idea that like Indians are just freeloading, don't pay taxes, don't pay anything, for me, like I'm an iron worker, when I'm not, other than the last 4 months, there's
Hardworking
some day
guy.
work that I don't miss, that I'm not, climbing iron way up in the air or building bridges or whatever, and so it's like this is something that my father did, and my grandfather on my biological side, like that, and my brother does, my uncles do.
All runs in the blood, eh?
Oh, yeah. And so this is and so like that idea that we don't pay income tax, like I trust me, any tradesman will tell you, like we pay a lot of it, and
Yeah.
so the only tax that we don't pay is half of the HST.
What are you most proud of in your life?
My kids.
I knew that was going to be the answer.
Yeah, my kids are pretty. I'm real lucky with my kids.
That's awesome.
I got 4 wonderful kids, all uniquely different in their own amazing ways, and
I don't.
Ava,
We,
Lola, Micaiah, and Nora, they're all. Yeah,
we've never talked about this before, but I somehow I knew that was going to be the answer. I don't know why. You just strike me as a proud father.
Yeah, I'm a pretty proud father. Yeah.
Sorry to change tones on you, but can you tell me about one of the most difficult experiences or memories you have?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess the last time I was in jail, it was pretty hard. I sat for 7 months for Ganastado back in 2008, and I had to spend
Just being away from the family.
Half of that time I spent in call it segregation. It's like solitary confinement, and so I spent 3.5 months of that in there by myself. In this.
Only you and your thoughts, eh?
That's it. And lots to read, and
Yeah.
it was a long
Had
time.
had your kids been born yet?
Yes. Nora was, let's say she was 4 at the time.
So you missed out on a little bit of that growing up,
Oh,
eh?
yeah, absolutely, I did.
The exact opposite. What are you most grateful for?
Oh, to be able to have those relationships in my life that I have, a relationship with my wife, my kids, my parents, the amazing family that we got here at Landback Lane. Like these are, some of the family that we've built here. the community that we built here has been an amazing feeling for
One
me.
of the first conversations we had was when I told you you married one of the good ones, eh?
Oh, I'm married up for
Yeah,
sure. Let me
yeah.
tell you.
She's, I mean, so when we filmed her segments over by the willow tree, when we filmed those segments, you know, I spent a lot of time focusing on the cameras and the audio, and I wasn't really in the moment. But in the editing process, you have to listen and re-listen and re-listen, and that's when it really hit me. So like, it's just the power in what she's written and how she delivers it. So yeah, he definitely scored on that one, eh?
I'm married up for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
What does your future hold?
Well, hopefully not prison,
Mm.
but yeah, no. Once this is done, you know, I'll go back to work and back to putting steel up and, you know, raising my kids. We're, you know, teenagers.
Normal
and,
dad stuff.
Yeah, normal life. You know,
Yeah.
like this is like, yeah. I don't know. I always just, you know, worked and I box. I'm a boxer.
Yep.
And so I'll continue doing that and having fun with that. And I coach boxing, and so I want to go back to that. You know,
A lot of people, I think, when we were talking about people who share different beliefs and misunderstand, I think they don't get that land defenders are just normal people doing extraordinary things, right?
Well, I don't know how extraordinary they are, and, you know, just hanging out together.
Yeah, but I mean,
by the fire.
the extraordinary part is just the constant threat and the pressure from the OPP and the elected officials that are saying nasty shit, and I don't know how you deal with that. You know?
Again, like, I lean a lot on my family and my friends that, you know, in the community that we have here, and like there ain't too much that these guys won't, you know, pick me back up when I fall. And,
Awesome.
yeah,
It's good that they're there. For future generations, if your family is listening to this, maybe a couple generations down the road, if YouTube still exists, what words of wisdom do you have for them?
Oh.
Yeah. Be instantly wise. Have a Buddha moment, or.
You know, I think I'd talk to them about, you know, I think I talked to them about the land and, you know, like
Why you're here?
Yeah, what this connection to the land means. You know, I talked to them more generally, I guess, just about, you know, their grandfather,
Yeah.
or great grandfather, whatever it is, my dad, and,
Yeah.
you know, and my mom, and, you know, and be able to share with them some of the bits of, you know, what this process has been like here in 2006, and all the other spots in between, and so yeah, so I would definitely.
And leave the letter writing up to your wife.
Yeah, well, yeah. No,
How do you want to be remembered?
oh, I'd like to be, you know, I don't know. I'd like my kids to remember me as their dad. You know?
Someone that was there.
I don't need to be remembered for any of this. I just want to be remembered as a good dad and a good husband and a good community member.
That's awesome. Thank you, Skyler.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
awesome.